everyone, Rod Johnson here with another new video for Rise of Shadows, the newest Hearthstone expansion. So I got this list from Astralsflame, and it actually was something I had been thinking about but hadn't sat down to actually come up with myself. So basically we're putting Fel Lord Betrug into kind of standard core for what you would expect from a Cubelock warrior. So you get Betrug, and then the two cards you're probably always going to play with Betrug when you're in one of these situations, which are two plot twists. Plot twist plus Betrug is ultimate value for many reasons, and I really like the concept. So we're going to go out, we're going to record a couple of games with this and see what happens and how well this works. So let's go test this out, guys, and see how it works in life. Okay. So we're never keeping Betrug. We're never keeping Gul'dan. Actually, against Big Priest, we could keep Gul'dan because we need him as our Wink edition here. But I just assume in the long run we're just gonna get outvalued, which is not something you really want as a Cube Warlock. So see how this goes. We also don't want to draw both of our Doomguards, which is why the Betrug into plot twist is a really handy mechanic. Because otherwise you're cheating out a whole bunch of Doomguard, which is what you want to do. Okay, so we're on 9 cards. We could coin out a Voidcaller. Actually, I think it's worth it. We're gonna be getting this Doomguard going. If we manage to kill this, we could get a Doomguard out and possibly cube it. That's gonna be at least a turn. Barnes on 4. The world Rod lives in, guys. What the flying heck is this? We have some kind of deck that I'm not used to seeing. And guess what? Now all of our cards are very bad. Very bad. Man. So is this... Are we running into Big Priests fighting other Big Priests? I don't even understand what this is. Why is Sylvanas in this deck? Poop. So we're just gonna play a librarian. We're gonna tap up to 9 cards. I'm so okay. The ultimate problem is gonna be he's probably gonna sit here and revive a Sylvanas and then free of that blasted tower. I mean, that happened. That indeed happened. Behold. Okay. 1, 2. To the void. So what do we want to do here? The whole cube thing isn't good till the next turn, really. So I guess it is this, whatever. I think we're going to be Sacrificial Pacting. Because this, we don't want more of. And I'm very smart because I didn't even think about the Mal'Ganis coming out instead. Math and things are hard, boys and girls. Go to school, stay in school. Don't do math like Rod.
I have no time for games.
This just must be some anti, like... Wow, the ladder has gotten into a world where every deck is just greedy, no matter what you're playing, and this is a world we're living in, boys and girls. I can't even win this game. Holy flying hell. That is not what we want to see, boys and girls. Like, I don't even understand. You're playing bad cards in Big Priest to beat other Big Priests, I think is what the point of that is. I don't even know if that game needs to stay into this debacle, but we'll see. Oh, and I've just been told that Cataclysm's not supposed to be in there. And I'm like, I was confused by that, but is this the same guy we just ran into 2 seconds ago? It's not.
Let's have some fun.
Let's see. I'm at 0 stars, so I don't even care about conceding at this point. This hand is terrible. I really like the idea of Betrug. Betrug has been one of my favorite cards in the whole set, like in his crazy power level. So it's interesting to see what kind of ways we're like using him, right? Because he's coming into the decks as just a super ultimate value card. He sits here and he is just able to like do so much cool stuff, and his artwork's amazing. I love it. As you can see, the ladder is mainly consisted of Big Priest at the moment. Okay. We're always doing a Librarian into a tap. What I really also like about Betrug, you could also set it up so you're doing this at the end of the game no matter what, which is really, really valuable. Are we getting a coin into a Barnes? Because that looks like what it is. No, it's just Vargoth. Vargoth is actually the worst part of this whole new meta because he makes the game... He makes high Priest even more high-rolly than he used to be, which would have been a hard statement to think about out loud before. I may have to plot twist pretty soon here because there's nothing I have to do in this. Like, plot twist right now is like gets a card out of my hand. The value here is not good. But then we're losing one of our... And we're just going to Defile. I just want to get this out of my hand and get Betrug some value here. Oh, man. Priest is everywhere in this meta. And it is often not very fun. And this hand is giving us no flexibility with anything. It's just like doing this kind of stuff just to get cards out of my hand. Having the 2 Voidlords in my hand with no Voidcallers has just been super painful. This is what you get when Rod is piloting a deck in this world. Yeah. Let's see. So what we're hoping for here is we want... What do we truly want? We want Voidcallers is what we want. Spellstones aren't bad. He also doesn't want to Shadow Word it because... Oh, that was the best draw in the entire game. Let's see if this guy just concedes from that. That was so good. This card is actually pretty dangerous, though, with Cubelock. With Sense Demons, I'm like, I don't want to be doing that. But if we Betrug into plot twist, it's going to be amazing, like, value-wise. Because we'd be able to get not 1, but 2 plot twists, which is, like, so much value, it's kind of nuts. So we're at 10 cards. I almost want to plot... No, I don't want to plot twist yet because we're not at that point. So I actually don't mind Sense Demons. We're going to burn a single... Oh, actually, no, because I have a Doomguard and Melgana, so we don't want that. What do you want to do, boys and girls? We can't tap. We can't dark pack. And we're just gonna be hellfiring, which is kind of nuts, but it's the only thing that like gets something out of her hand, which is insane, right? So it's what you got to do, though. Nothing else did anything. Like this burned cards, which is not what we want to do. I think this is actually an interesting experiment with how this deck is actually running on this on this ladder, right? So we're at 10 cards yet again, and I'm not sure if that's the ultimate problem in this equation. So we have a big priest, which means there's probably Ragnaros is sitting somewhere. And Ragnaros means that we're going to possibly take 8 to the face next turn. So we have to be super careful with that. I really didn't want to play that yet, but it actually works out okay.
What mess have you summoned me to?
We'll run this too. Puts us at 10, but we have healing here. This Cataclysm needs to be removed from this deck, so we'll do that in here in a little bit.
Care to dance with death?
There is a method to my madness.
So we are going to, what do we do here? We sense demons, I think. We go face, we're gonna sack pack this. And then we're gonna tap and see what happens from there. I really want to get this Betrug in and like getting value for us long term here, but that hasn't happened yet. And of course you face tap because you're playing big priest, so you want to always just kill minions.
There is a method to my madness.
So we're gonna we don't have sense demons, right? So let's just take this Voidlord and go face. He's not killed any minions yet, so we'll see how that goes. We'll see how this guy goes and does this, though. I mean, I'm not sure if we're expecting a Psychic Scream or what. I'm not sure what these lists are even running at this point. Okay, Excavating Evil is definitely a card. You could actually run 2 of those and almost clear the board. He gets this Katrina out of the way at least, which is what ultimately what he wants, right? We need a Betrug really bad.
Very useful.
Okay. So, do we tap is the next question here. This does nothing. Okay, there we go. That's lethal. So we'll have to figure that out next game. Okay, we'll be back. I'm gonna update the list and then we'll figure it out. So I'll be right back and we're gonna go on with the real deck. So just 1 second, boys and girls. Okay, we are back. So we did replace that Cataclysm with a second Sense Demon. So we actually have the cards that are supposed to be in this deck now. So we'll see how this goes. Another big priest. You can see this is kind of the state of standard right now, or wild right now. It is large amounts of Big Priest, which is something that can be okay if your deck deals with it and could be not okay if it doesn't, man. And Big Priest can pull lots of things out and just high roll you and crush you anyways, but it's an interesting world we live in. I don't think Betrug is much more than a win-more card at the end, or maybe it's the final burst. I'm not completely sure, but I really, really, really like the concept, especially with the Skull of the Minari in your hand. Or equipped, I should say. Okay. This guy's name is also Deloused 5505, which is the world we live in also. Cubelock still remains one of the most powerful decks in Wild, just with the ability to burst you down out of nowhere and do things like summon multiple Doomguards in a turn and just put a lot of pressure on your opponent. You also have enough removal to kind of deal with a lot of the Big Priest minions. You have things like Hellfire, you have Spellstones, you have Doomguards. The first time you have Voidlords to get in their way. You just have a lot of options to deal with their boards, so it is a really, really powerful deck still to this day. If you kill and cube multiple like Doomguards in a session before you play Bloodreaver Gul'dan, you are potentially going to have 3-4 Doomguards when you Gul'dan, which is always super strong. So I'm going to coin out this Voidcaller. Again, we want to keep our hand as, we want to keep it kind of light. We don't want all of our... Actually, the good thing is here we could potentially get Betrug next turn if he kills this or finds a way to kill it. And that would give us the potential of playing this plot twist into more Doomguards.
I must consider.
So it's a cool possibility right now. And Mr. Big Priest doesn't apparently have Barnes on 4, which makes everyone happy except for the Big Priest. So we'll see how this goes. Hey man. Took a long time to heal your face there. I'm gonna stop. Okay, that's 2. So we're starting to get all the things that we don't want to have in here, but that's okay. He's gotten to at least 6 then if he doesn't have his Barnes here. Unless he plays his Vargoth. Vargoth is so incredibly powerful in Big Priest. It just gives you so much flexibility. And he doesn't apparently have a Shadow Essence, or he's looking for a Shadow Essence or something to revive after the Shadow Essence. So, man, it is. This is the hand where it starts going, okay, our hand is super, super, super awkward. So I'm actually debating on Dark Pacting this, potentially getting this Betrug out, and then plot twisting. So let's do that. I just want to show off the Betrug and what he can do. Okay, there we go. That is what we want. Let's plot twist. So here we go. That is incredibly powerful, boys and girls. And guess what? Let's do it again.
Job done.
We don't really want librarians, but it's really cool though. Look at this. I mean, look at all the value we got this turn. It's so much fun, and it's just so much burst damage. Again, we have a silly thing called a Big Priest in front of us, though. So how do we handle this? Actually, this is, I think, the play. Do we... I think we cube. Yeah, we're gonna cube. And then we're gonna play this library. I should have probably played that first. It's okay, it didn't matter. We'll see how this goes. I really like this as a show of what Betrug can do in this deck, though. He's so cool. He just flexible and like does cool stuff for the deck.
Servants, soldiers of the
What are you doing, my dude? Really?
the call of Kel'Thuzad.
Okie dokie. So there's that. Okay, let me see. If we Hellfire? Actually, we don't even have to Hellfire. Watch, we do Dark Pact, and then we're gonna sense demons. Oh my god. Look at this, boys and girls. This game is so good to just show off what this card is really truly means. I'm gonna tap. Oh man, I messed that one up. Missed out. See, tapping last gets you into trouble, boys and girls. So never tap last, boys and girls. Never tap last. Okay, so this is what we do. We run the one Voidcaller in, heals for 4. That's not a huge deal. Just as long as this doesn't kill. Okay, sweet. What do we have in our hand? Voidcaller, and we have this Doomguard, right? So I mean, this is legal. But I just say we do it the correct way, right? We just kill him with Hellfire. We're not gonna. So you can see, man, this deck, when you run Betrug, has some really cool possibilities. So we'll get one more in here and kind of just try to get this together. I really like what this has and gives you the possibility of doing cool stuff. Like, I think you have to do, like, be real careful, as you can see. Like, if you're tapping in the wrong order, or you're, like, playing your cards, you could fill your board with, like, Voidlords and Voidwalkers and all this thing. So you just really want to be careful that you're playing your cards in the correct order against these slower matches.
Versus Gul'dan.
So this is likely Darkest Hour because no one on the ladder is very original right now. So we're gonna do this. Wow, this hand is real bad. Especially if this is kind of an aggro-y list. What I like about this deck is it deals with Big Priest. Like, the burst potential, as you saw earlier, is really, really high. So it can deal with Big Priest and get around their slower game plan. It is just like it's always been, though. Like, the Betrug and the plot twists don't really change your game plan all that much in the long run. When it comes to the faster decks, you still need things like Defiles, Hellfires, Spellstones, just to survive and deal with big boards. We have nothing to do here for a couple turns, which is not great. But if this guy is playing Darkest Hour, he's got 2 cards he kept in his opening hand. So Darkest Hour Warlock wants to keep generating cards in their opening hands, and they want to keep things like Darkest Hour, the card itself, just so that they could perform their combo later on in the game. It's usually like turn, 4 or 5 that they can try. See, people, don't be that guy. Don't be the guy who has nothing to do turn 1 and sits there and doesn't pay attention and ropes. It's not fun like that. So this guy literally has had nothing to do, and he continues to sit here and take way too much time with nothing to do. Come on, Catalanos. Let's play. Dude, if you tap and or pass again this turn, I'm not going to be happy. People that have no regard for others and their time just are very upsetting. This guy has 7 cards in his hand, so his options really are tap. See, you just spent 60, 70 seconds deciding to tap when you should have tapped instantly. Come on, my man, please stop. Just be a little nicer, be a little more cool, be a little more chill to the world, my friend. I'm glad that he has, cards in his hand that are... I just realized with all these videos, my overlays up. I need to move this up. Let's do this. Because it lines up with their cards. So we're going to keep it up there. This guy has wrote me every turn and has passed and...
So many possibilities.
Guys, what this guy is doing is called not being a nice individual. Can you take your turn, my friend? This is not the kind of game I'm going to put on a YouTube video either.
So many possibilities.
I don't know what this guy's general malfunction is, but he's not helping his cause by not playing the game. So we're at 9 cards, so we're going to pass.
Almost out of time.
We don't have any Spellstones, we don't have any Voidcallers. This hand is really super awkward. We need some kind of Sense Demons or something. Well, I see him actually moving his things. I don't know.
The greatest virtue is patience.
Almost out of time.
So this looks like a Reno lock. And he's back again. Dude, you have wasted how much of my time, and then you're gonna be doing this stuff now. Okay, we have 10 cards yet again. I think we're gonna be plot twisting here. Because, again, there's nothing... No, that's too great. We're gonna shove Sylvanas out there. I don't want to be plot twisting, because if I draw Betrug here before turn 10, I can do the combo on turn 10. So I really like Sylvanas in this list because of the potential to fight back for the board, take bigger minions and whatnot. I mean, it's what Sylvanas has always done. She's such a powerful legendary card. She's giving you that tempo swing. So this guy was here all along, isn't playing. Oh man, dude, why are you doing
Let
this to
none
me?
survive.
You have no way to deal with this. But this is actually a really good draw, right? So we draw Voidcaller. So we're on turn. We have 9 cards. So. And it gets this Doomguard out of our hand and onto the board. I would have preferred one of the Voidlords. So 6 damage. This hand is super awkward. I think we're gonna end up doing, because I really want to push this 5 damage to the face. So we're gonna Hellfire into Spellstone. This looks like it's just Reno lock, so if he's trying to burn my deck out, it's really ultimately slowing him down. We want to avoid him getting too many like taunts out on the board for us that we're having problems dealing with. Oh, he's going to be turning them into legendaries, it looks like. He's not played any doubles, and he has gotten rid of that Rin card back into his deck, so maybe he's just using it. Okay. We're gonna sense demons. Actually, no, we're gonna just play Voidlord. We need to get a couple cards out of our hand and maybe get Betrug next turn, and we could go plot twist or Betrug into plot twist. So that's kind of the game plan at this point. I just like what Betrug does for the game. He just adds some really cool interactions and gives you this weird flexibility to do some things that you don't usually expect. That's why this Sylvanas is in the deck too, because Sylvanas popping out of Betrug is really nice because he sits there and you get that free Sylvanas tick.
From the void I come.
So we continue not to get a Betrug. So this will put us at 9 cards. There we go. So we're going to be running that combo next turn. So while we're at it, we don't really need to do anything this turn. I'm going to run... How many minions are left in our deck? So we have 9 cards. There'll be 10. So we're going to basically be guaranteed a Doomguard next turn when we do this. So we're not going to play anything else. We're just going to keep this like this. Trade into this guy. And then the turn after, we can run our Gul'dan and hopefully finish this guy off. We're going to probably get a Mal'Ganis and a Doomguard, which is a lot of burst damage again. And if we have any of the... Is he going to silence this? No, he's going to do that. Okay. Is he going to Hellfire? I actually kind of hope he Hellfire. So this must be a N'Zoth list with how heavy these minions are with like taunts and death rattles, so I'm okay with this.
As you have, you command. You must fall against.
Okay, here's the plot twist. Are we getting any more minions out of there? It actually is kind of horrifying. We know we didn't. That was really bad. That was actually about as bad of a draw as we can get from that plot twist. Which is unfortunate. This is kind of showing what the downfalls of this card actually are too. Man, this is an interesting, like, this guy is running a completely old school version of this deck of Warlock. Like, it's not really doing anything that's like hasn't been done. We're gonna do this. See what pops out of here. This looks like screw paladin kind of a deck. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Get this Gul'dan out here. Hopefully get the Doomguard back. And just put some pressure on this guy. And we're gonna sack pack this to get a second Voidlord out there. Mal'Ganis is really good. Getting a Doomguard is really good. We want to, we have 2 dark packs. Oh man, this guy is high rolling so incredibly hard right now. Which feels bad, man, but just don't get our Mal'Ganis. Okay, cool. Mal'Ganis, where are you? So, this is 6, 9, 12. So we're 3 off lethal. Okay, we're setting up for next turn. This guy is probably Reno'd, like I said, so.
Have you summoned me to?
Expect a Reno next turn, but he doesn't have anything he's been holding on to over a super long time. This first card is from turn 8. So turn 8, turn 8, turn 10, turn 11, turn 11, turn 13. But I expect this to be a Reno. But so this is actually probably lethal either way at this point, but
This one will prove very useful.
that's what we really wanted. So how much damage is this? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. That's exactly. Okay, that's gonna kind of wrap it up this video, guys. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please give us a subscribe button, tag that, pop that button, and you can come follow me on Twitch. I stream Tuesday through Thursday, 5 p.m. through 8 p.m. Mountain Time. So thanks for coming out and watching my video, and I will catch you guys later.